How do? This is my first attempt at making a YouTube video. I don't know why it's taken me this long to start making videos, but here we go. This first piece is from a Beyblade launcher which I used to make videos about a long time ago. Going off the quality of this video, I'm sure you can imagine how bad the original was 10 years ago. I even remember actually doing a review of this specific launcher that I have now taken apart and made into something completely different. Now this piece of plastic that's coming up now is from a Ben 10 Omnitrix I had when I was younger. I used to press a button, it'd shine a light and you'd see the little pictures up on the wall. But I thought I could make use of it as a kind of gear that'd go on this possible engine. I wasn't entirely sure at this point what I was building, but it just seemed to fit and it was just about the right size. This is another piece of plastic that I got for free from disassembling a computer mouse. I didn't think that the rubber part of the scroll wheel would work well with the glue or the paint, so I decided to take that off. This piece is from a Nerf gun. That's all I can really say about that. Nothing too interesting about it, to be honest. It's always good to do a good dry fit before you start gluing. Now that we've got most of our pieces, it's time to start gluing it up. And of course, I managed to stick it to my thumb. With that out of the way, it's now time to mess around with this wheel. This is the moment I decided it looked like a spaceship. Or maybe even its own spinning top. But enough of that, let's get back to the build. And now it's time for some wires. I got this thicker gauge wire from the gardening section of a supermarket. Let's get it cut down to size. Time for the legendary baking powder trick to make the glue set instantly. I decided to add this lid to add another layer of detail to the piece. Now it's time to add some greeblies. Here's me struggling to keep everything actually in the frame, but you can see what I'm doing. That's a bit better. Trust me when I say I dropped this piece probably about 6 times before I managed to get it on there. Now I'm just mixing up a rust texture paint, which is literally black paint and baking soda. Just splodging that wherever rust accumulates. And that's most of the build. And here it is, ready for priming. Now I'm just adding a layer of brown paint just to make an underlying layer of rust. I decided to add this to the entire model. And then to change up some of the colour, I added some orange in some of the smaller spaces. I repeated the same process on the back. So I've got a bit of a gap on the timeline here, so I'm just going to ask you to do everything that normal YouTubers always ask you to do. You know, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I also decided to start a Patreon. I'll leave the link in the description for that. I managed to get this makeup brush for £1, and that's going to be used as a dry brush. The one part that you don't see is I paint the wires red. And here's the finished model. I think it turned out alright. Not bad for a first video on YouTube. I imagine I'll start to get a lot better as I do more videos.